Hi, powerful leaders. This episode is from a live training that I do weekly inside my Facebook group called the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders Community. Feel free to join us inside the group so I can get to know you better and I can answer any questions you might have. I just love the live interaction, answering to your question, listening to your stories. There is so much power in connecting in a deeper way, and I really hope you do take this invitation. The way I edit these episodes is really to give you all the value, but if you want to have the live interaction, ask any questions, and get them answered by me, please join us in the Powerful Female Coaches and Leaders community. I can't wait to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Welcome to the Powerful Female Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Patricia Bourgeois, certified business coach. I am here to help you up-level, generate consistent wealth, increase your confidence, attract dream clients, and master your mindset so that you can fully own your power and achieve next-level results in your online business and beyond. Every week, a powerful conversation will take place with amazing guests, or I'll share from my experience to help inspire you to start and scale the business of your dreams while being powerfully you. The time has come to stop playing small, stop hiding, and stop waiting. Now is the perfect time for you to passionately pursue your heart's desire as the powerful leader you were born to be. Are you ready? Let's do this. And this week's topic, how to stop launching and get clients every single week by maximizing your time. So we're going to talk about time management. This is huge. This is huge because my goal is to help you feel less overwhelmed, right, with the tasks that you have to do in order to get clients, because we're going to get super clear on what that looks like. And then we're going to make sure everything is in line, everything is in check, so you can sign your clients and do the activities you need to do in order to make that happen. So I will also share with you the non-negotiables, needle moving activities, right? So there's a few activities that I do every single day that help me hit that goal. So I'm going to share that with you too. And yeah, so if you are like in a 9-to-5 right now, if you have a lot of other responsibilities, you're going to love this training because I'm going to help you manage your time effectively. Here's my first question for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, how organized would you say you are right now? Like 10 being extremely organized, you know exactly what you're working on every single day, you follow a strict routine, like you got this, and you're signing clients every week. And yeah, my goal is to turn you into an organization queen. #organization queen. Yeah, I've been someone who's extremely organized since college. Like everyone's like, oh, Anna, like, how are you so organized? How are you everywhere? How do you do it? That's because I know what works and what doesn't work, and I spend most of my time focusing on those important tasks that bring me clients every week. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out the tasks you are already doing right now, but let's get even more detail about them. Every single one of us is different. Every single one of us has different energy, backgrounds, business models. So you run your business how you want to run it. So that's why I really did it like this open way for you to really add the tasks that goes well with your specific unique business, right? So think about those tasks, and then in each box, you're going to like write down how many hours and days per week are you dedicating to those tasks? And then how much energy will be going into completing these tasks? And what things do you need to have in place to accomplish these tasks? And then we're going to calculate every hour to get a total hour. And trust me, when you do this exercise, you're just like, wow. You're either doing really little or too much. So we need to have a balance. That's where like this juicy spot where things start happening is when we have a good balance of tasks that we know help us move the needle forward. For example, audience growth, right? So let's say I want to add 20 new Facebook friends and I want to get 20 new Facebook group members, right? So then I'm going to think about, okay, how long does that task take me per week or per day? And I go and I do the next task and I do the next task. So yeah, it might be easier for you to do one task on two different days, do one task all in the same day. Like, you organize your schedule the way you want to and the way it works best for you. But we first need to get clear on what that task is and how long does it take us. Another example could be content creation, right? Some people love to batch create their content one day in the week. Like, it really depends how you work. Like, I honestly do content when I get inspired, right? Like, I get this inspiration. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a good content, and I just write it. We're gonna break down the non-negotiable tasks. So in the bottom of the template, I added my non-negotiables. It's really up to you. Like, these are like suggestions, but this is what I do every single day. And I make sure I divide it. I make sure it gets done. It's non-negotiable. And when you break it down, you're going to realize that, yeah, like maybe you are not doing enough of the important tasks. Maybe you're spending way too much time on one particular task. So let's find the middle. Let's find the balance. So I'm going to go really quickly over my non-negotiables that help me bring new clients every week. So it's audience growth, content creation, value pieces like this one, freebies, live trainings, sales calls, follow-ups, engagement. Everyone I have had a contact with, I make sure I nurture them, I engage with them. I book calls, I coach my clients, my client calls, my client fulfillment. I make sure my clients, like, this is like my priority. Like, I follow up, I check in, I see how everything's going. That accountability part for me is huge. So I make sure I get that done. Delivering programs, like next week I have the podcast mini course. So I add that to my schedule and my tasks, and then rest, right? Rest. I'm going to talk about that later, but rest is huge. And then optional, I added an optional space in there where it says podcast, blog, email list, right? Email list is becoming more and more important. So if you have listened to the latest episode on the podcast, I interviewed Rachel Lopez. She's in the group. She's amazing. And yeah, like, if you haven't listened to this, go listen and really start thinking about how you can incorporate email lists in your strategy. And yeah, podcast, I do it because I love it. It brings me joy and brings me energy. I just love it so much. So it's really up to you. It's really up to you how you want to divide it, what tasks you want to do in your business. But these are the things that I do, and it works for me. So think about you, what your goals are, and how you can start implementing some of these tasks to help you get to your goals. Honestly, when you do this exercise, you're gonna realize so many things. Like, the first time I did this, I was like, wow, I'm spending way too much time creating the perfect Instagram grid, having the perfect colors, the perfect fonts, when I should be having conversations and inviting people to my group and listening to my podcast and booking calls. Those are the things that are gonna move your business forward. I know this is maybe not something you want to hear, but if you know me, you know I'm a tough love coach, right? So if I see you're spending way too much time on the aesthetics, the grids, how a certain sentence looks, if there's a mistake in one word, like, people don't care. People don't care about the small things. People only care if you can bring value to them, if you can help them get to point A to point B. Like, they want to know what's in it for them, which is why value pieces is huge. Like, I dedicate at least an hour, like, a week. I'm like, okay, what type of value can I create this week? How can I show up? What can I talk about that I know my ideal clients will love? Right? And the more you do this, the more you're consistent, the more you start conversations, the more you ask questions, the more you book those calls, get to know the people, and you are genuinely just interested in them, and you care about them, and you care about their results, and you want to see them succeed, and you show up as that leader, everything is going to come to you. Everything. It's just a matter of time. But we have to work on those tasks that are going to help us get there. What tasks are you working right now that may not be serving you, right? What are the little things you're doing that are maybe not helping you really get there? And what can you switch? What can you incorporate, right? What can we do differently? What is going to serve us if we switch this and spend more time focusing on this one thing, right? Where are you lacking? Is it audience growth? Are you bringing new people in every day? Is it creating the value pieces, the freebies, showing up consistently? Is it the nurturing part? Mine is creating the freebies. That is what I know I need to work on. My audience is growing and I network like 2 hours in the early AM morning. Yeah, awesome. Awesome, Jamie. So what I would do is go in your group right now and do a poll. Like poll your group members, ask them what they need, right? And if you're having also lots of calls with people, ask them. Ask them, like, what are they going through right now, right? What would they need in this moment that would help them? And then create a training around that. That's what I do. I have calls every single week, right? I try to book at least 3 calls a week. That's my minimum, right? And I ask questions. Like I get there, like I show interest. Like I'm not afraid to ask, and I write everything down. Everything people tell me, I write it down. And then I go back in my notes and I'm like, oh, okay, I can talk about this. I can do a training on this. I can create a freebie on this. So that's what I would do. That would be your next step, Jamie, is to really have those conversations, pull the people in your group, make sure you're getting to know them so well and knowing what they need, and then creating those value pieces around that. The next thing I want to talk about for time management is time blocking. So I'm a huge, Google Calendar, iCal fan. Like I put everything in my calendar. I color coded. Like I know exactly Friday, 3 p.m. I have the Friday live training, right? I know exactly what's going on. And when you know this, you can also make sure that your calendar is balanced, right? And adding that self-care and rest into there too. Because trust me, I know what it feels like to burn out and it's not fun. Been there, done that. So I make it a priority to know exactly what I'm working on, but to also time block time for rest, fun, play, prioritizing self-care, making sure you're resting, making sure you're taking some time off, making sure you're just going out, live your life. Stop thinking about business for an hour or two. Trust me, I know how easy it is to get sucked up in your work. To just go through your to-do list. Okay, this next thing. Okay, I'm done. 3 hours later. Okay, this next thing. And it's a never-ending thing. It's a never-ending thing. I could be working like 100 hours, but that's not the goal. The goal is to accomplish your non-negotiable tasks first. Get that done. If you still have some time, you can work on something else. But just be content. Just trust that what you got done today is enough. And then go rest. I want you to make a contract with yourself that as soon as your tasks are done, it's good enough for the day. I trust the universe. I trust everything is gonna go as planned. And if it doesn't go as planned, it's fine. Because we're business owners. We're powerful leaders and we'll figure it out.
anything life throw at us, I know we are strong, we are capable, and in the end, we're gonna be okay. So take a deep breath. Complete your non-negotiable tasks first, and then go and take a break and breathe and have fun. The other thing I want to talk about is responsibility. So outside of business, like we have families, we have friends, we have husbands, we have wives, we have family, we have kids. Add that to your calendar too. I add everything. So that way you make sure that your business hours are your business hours, and your fun and play and family time, you're prioritizing that as well. And yeah, I would probably be living in mass chaos right now if I didn't have a system, if I didn't have my calendar, if I didn't have my specific tasks. Like, I know exactly what I have to do to get clients every week. Do you know what you have to do? I just gave it all to you. Honestly, you can go now and do it now, right? But everyone's different. That's the thing. Everyone's different, and everyone works in different ways. And that's why coaching is so powerful, honestly. That's why it's so powerful, because I see you for who you are. And then my brain, like, that's what I love about me, is that my brain go, oh, okay, I think you should do this. Oh, let's try that. Because you're this type of person, so I think this could work for you. And then we're going to create that system. And then I go in there and I get super light up, super fired up, because I know we can find a system that works for you. Okay, so if you want that, send me a message. Let's do this. Honestly, let's do it. I hope all of this made sense. I hope you're taking some nuggets from this. I hope you're gonna implement some of this, right? Because if you know me, I share all the info, but it's up to you to get the support, get the accountability, get the help, and implement and take action. Taking action. And the last thing I want to say is reconnecting with your why. Your why. Because trust me, some weeks you're going to look at those tasks, look at those calendars, and be like, OMG, what did I get myself into? That was me 10 minutes before this training. I was writing down all my tasks for next week. It's going to be insane. I'm running the podcast mini course. I have so many things happening, and I'm just really freaking excited. But at the same time, I'm like, wow, this is a lot. So I reconnect with why I'm doing this. Why did I choose to become an entrepreneur? Why is this important to me? And then I remember it's bigger than me. It's all of you I'm serving. And I get choked up, because if you get so much value from this and you actually implement and get a client because of this, oh my gosh, my work is done. Honestly, I just want to see you win. That's everything that I want in my heart, is to see you win. That's my why. That's my vision. That's why I get up every day. That's why I do these trainings. That's why I show up every day. That's why I do everything that I do. Why are you doing what you do? You need to know. You need to know why you're doing this. Because those weeks where your calendar might be a bit more filled, it's important. It's important to reconnect. It's important to understand why we're doing this. And this is something that we chose. We chose to be here today. We chose to take this path, this entrepreneurial path. It's the hardest path ever, but we chose it for a reason. We chose it for a reason. Because we know we might be hustling for a year or 2 or 3 or whatever, but it's all going to be worth it in the end. Because it's a ripple effect, right? It starts with one client. It starts with one masterclass. It starts with one live stream. It starts with one training, and then it becomes 10, and then it becomes 20 and 30 and 50. And then you realize, wow, I work with 30 one-on-one women this year. I changed 30 lives. That's in 1 year. Imagine the compound effect of next year and the year after. That's huge. But it all starts with one. So what are you gonna do today? You ladies, you got this. Like, I believe in you so much. I know that if you put your mind to it, if you really get specific with your tasks, if you don't give up, if you keep going, if you get the accountability, the help, the guidance, if you show up every single day, it's just a matter of time. It's crazy what you could accomplish in such a short period of time when you're so focused and dedicated and you're doing whatever it takes. Even with babies, even with responsibilities, even with families, even with grief and depression and all the things. That's what makes you out of this world amazing, extraordinary, and inspiring. Imagine accomplishing all your wildest dreams. I know it's possible for you. I see it so clearly. I hope you see it in yourself too. So I'm sending you all a big kiss, a lot of love, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Powerful Female Leaders podcast. If you love this episode, make sure to spread the message, leave a review, and subscribe. I would forever be grateful for you. I also want to hear from you, and I want to know your feedback and your questions for future episodes. So don't be shy, say hi, and send me a message at Powerful Female Leaders Podcast on Instagram. Until then, I'll see you on the next episode.